What's up, Home Skeleton, Smooth Singer 422, and welcome back to Let's Play Trauma Team. Last time we left off, we had actually got 2 pieces of solid evidence together, and we're doing really good. We haven't really messed up that much. We found out that the girl had actually died before she was hit by the truck, which was pretty interesting, and we actually found out that the girl was probably kidnapped. Probably. I'm not 100% sure about that, but she definitely struggled with her assailant. Due to the earring that she was wearing, it got ripped out of her ear, so... And we found some weird medication that we are about to give to little guy right now.
Hey, little guy. I need you to analyze this medication.
Yes, of course. Did you find it in the victim's room?
That's right. It looks like it's prescribed medication. But what is it?
Who knows? It's definitely no common over-the-counter drug. I'd suspect that this would have to be prescribed by a doctor before someone can buy it.
Okay.
I see, that makes sense. This could mean that the victim had attended a hospital. Was the victim suffering from some kind of injury or disease? If our analysis continues, we may find something out.
So can I give it back to him? Oh, okay, cool. Give it right back to him. Find out more, bro. Little guy, about this prescription. Yeah, I mean, he didn't finish. Find out more. Yeah, you get on that.
Oh, by the way, Dr. Kimishima, about that prescription.
Did you find something out?
Yes, we found which hospital the victim had been going to and requested her charts. It says Veronica had been to the hospital a month prior to her death. Her symptoms were migraines, visual and auditory hallucinations, mood swings, and aggression.
I have a theory. The same theory, but it's been reinforced now. But I don't want to ruin it.
It also says she was vomiting blood and had convulsions, along with hemoptysis.
Convulsions? Vomiting blood?
What the heck?
Yes, that's what it says. The doctors urged her to have more detailed examinations,
Yeah, I'm sure any doctor would.
but it seems that she had no intention of listening to them. In the end, she left the hospital and whatever disease she had went unconfirmed.
If only her doctor had forced her to be hospitalized.
Wow.
That's just how things are these days. People don't really get concerned about strangers.
I'm sure the medical staff that, I'm playing as would have cared enough to make sure she didn't leave. Cunningham would have made sure she did not go anywhere.
Let's continue with the investigation. Sorry for being emotional just now. In any case, we don't know what disease she had. Judging from her symptoms, it was something severe.
I agree. If we find anything out, I'll be sure to let you know immediately.
You do that. It may give us another hint in solving this case.
Victim's charts has been obtained. Victim hospital records has been obtained. Okay, so... According to this, the victim had been going to the hospital a month before she died. Anyone else? The victim's parents began going to the hospital 2 months ago and stopped after a month. Who else?
True, these two do share a common link. The victim's hospital records say she'd been at the hospital since...
Oh man. I gotta go back and review it because I don't want to make any mistakes. Okay, I thought it was a month. Veronica had been going to the hospital for a month. The victim's parents began going to the hospital 2 months ago and stopped after a month. So they went for a month too.
True, the victim's
Oh,
that was careless.
how many months ago did Veronica Cage begin going to the hospital? Oh, I guess that was 2 months ago. Right? Oh
Yes,
man, I'm tripping.
2 months ago. For the month before her death, she'd been treated at the hospital. Now, the parents' hospital records say they'd been visiting the hospital since...
How many months ago did Veronica's parents begin going to the hospital? 2 months ago.
Yes, they also started visiting the hospital 2 months ago. Veronica was going for migraines, hallucinations, mood swings, and vomiting blood. And her parents were going after suffering frequent injuries.
What is the correlation?
A month before the victim was found dead, the parents suddenly stopped having these injuries. An unpleasant coincidence, to be sure. I hope there's no connection here.
There has to be. Bizarre coincidence has been obtained. Veronica and her parents' hospital records coincide with each other. Could they be related? Okay, I just want to make sure. Veronica's charge from the hospital show migraines, hallucination, vomiting blood, aggression. She might have vomited that blood.
Yes, we can put these two facts together. According to the chart from the hospital, the victim's condition caused her to vomit blood.
According to the chart from the hospital, the victim's cause of... Yeah.
She had continued to vomit blood after her hospital visit. That would explain the bloodstains on her clothing.
Yes.
Yes. Thus, these bloodstains were caused by the blood that she had vomited.
Okay. The bloodstains on the chest are likely from the victim vomiting blood. I recall a focus on the body. Can he? No. Wait a minute.
We can deduce the victim's physical state from this information. First, the pathological changes. There's no knowing what disease she had.
Right.
However, if this discoloration of the bones shows the existence of a focus, it's safe to assume that whatever disease she was suffering from was in an advanced state.
Yes.
The massive bloodstains on her clothes came from her vomiting blood. There aren't many conditions that cause that much hemorrhaging. From these 2 points alone, I conclude that she was already in terminal condition.
She was gonna die.
Even if she hadn't been killed, she was already on the brink of death.
Wow.
I see. I feel sorry for her. But if that's the case, then why?
Why kidnap her?
Why was she kidnapped?
Mm-hmm.
I still have my doubts about that, actually. Did the murderer kidnap her? Or did that even happen?
Huh.
What do you mean?
I was thinking about that myself, actually.
Whatever the case, she was definitely taken from her home before she died. The question now is what happened between the time she was taken until the car accident.
Right, I follow you.
Once we know that, we should finally be able to see the real truth behind this case. Little guy, I'm going to check the victim's room one more time.
I thought thought you might want to, so I have a new tool ready for you.
Ooh, new gadgets.
Someone's prepared. And what kind of present do you have for me?
It's not the most appropriate gift for a lady, but it's aluminum powder for finding fingerprints. There are some useful additions to the mixture.
Ah, great. I'm impressed.
I'm glad you like it. Spread the powder anywhere that looks suspicious and shine your investigation light on it.
And that'll make any fingerprints stand out? All right, I'll give it a try.
Good luck. Well then.
Okay, aluminum powder can now be used. Okay. You have Veronica symptoms and shows the cause of death. Okay. And you know what? Let's head back to her room. I think that's what I need to do next. I did really good on that one. Okay. Tilt the stick down while zoomed in and press A to use it. Spread the powder, then shine ALS. I'm just using it everywhere, I have no idea. What's this?
So many. These are all the same fingerprints. It's likely they belong to the victim.
Was she dragged out of her room?
Now, why would she leave so many fingerprints on the floor?
Fingerprints on the floor all belong to the victim. I believe the victim was crawling on the floor, wearing hand-shaped shoes, doing handstands. Oh my god. Pushing off the walls in 0G. I wish it was this. This would be fantastic. But I'm pretty sure she was crawling on the floor.
Yes, she was probably crawling on the floor to move around. The prints indicate she was heading towards...
The door?
The prints on the floor lead to the room's entrance. They're even under the mat. What's underneath the mat?
Oh god. I'm having a really bad feeling about this.
Nothing. What could this mean?
There's something under here. There has to be. Okay. There must be something here. How can I find it though? I don't know. Question the parents? I honestly don't know. There has to be something I'm missing. I have such a huge suspicion. I don't know how I can find out what happened though. I'm gonna have to go back, I think. These show that Veronica had been crawling on the floor, unable to stand. The reason for this is...
We can deduce the victim's condition within this room by putting these facts together.
Oh boy. Okay.
Veronica was crawling on the floor.
She was on the brink of dying.
It's likely that this is because of the mysterious disease she was suffering from.
Yes.
It sapped her strength to the point that she was unable to even stand. She had an attack of her disease inside this room.
Uh-oh. Sudden attack had been obtained, or has been obtained. Veronica and her parents' hospital records coincide with each other. Could they be related? All the other bone fractures were made after death, but this one is different? Okay. I just want to make sure.
Can you do something for me, little guy?
Oh, here we go.
I need this bone analyzed in detail.
Oh, sure. What do you mean by in detail, though?
I just need to know if this fracture occurred before or after death.
This must have happened while she was still alive. Take a look at this area here. You can see where it started healing.
Great. I thought as much. All right, thank you.
Fractured finger has become pre-mortem fracture.
There's no knowing yet if this has anything to do with this case. But I do know now that this fracture occurred while she was still alive.
The fracture on the victim's little finger occurred while she was alive. Something similar about this. Veronica and her parents' hospital records coincide with each other. Her little finger was...
Yes, these seem to be related. According to the charts, the victim's symptoms were migraines, hallucinations, mood swings, vomiting blood, hemoptysis, and perhaps most importantly...
Veronica showed symptoms of migraines, hallucination, blah, 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 blah. Most importantly, increased aggression.
Yes, sudden aggressive behavior. That is, she was acting out violently. Her conditions must have worsened severely a month before her death. That is, her violent tendencies would have increased in frequency and severity. In addition to that is the fracture in Veronica's finger. This is the only injury she had while alive. That's a common injury when people hit things with their fists. On the other hand, the parents' injuries seemed like signs of abuse. If I were to consider all these points, those wounds were...
Veronica's fractured finger and her parents' injuries are connected in that they all hurt themselves, their house is dangerous, Veronica was beating her parents, they were all attacked earlier. No, I'm not gonna lie, I did have a suspicion about this from the, not the very beginning, but shortly afterwards, as soon as we figured out her symptoms.
Right. The hospital records of both the victim and her parents, they show that Veronica had been physically abusing her parents.
I don't think I like where this is going. Okay. Veronica's violence. Wow. But what else is there? Can I give this to him? No. Okay, so what else is there? Is there something? Oh. Okay, so how about, I forgot about this actually. How about... How am I going to find out? I'm so close. I'm not giving up until I find out what exactly happened. I am powdering this entire room. But I have to know, man. No. What do I have to do with this? There must be something here. How can I find it though? I thought I already sprayed it. Oh my god, I swear I must have sprayed this already. I can't believe that mess. Whatever. Okay, let's go.
Just as I thought. These are bloodstains. They must be Veronica's. Considering the facts so far, these bloodstains must have been caused by...
Let's see. It's believed that the bloodstains left in the victim's room were caused by cutting herself on glass shards, blood that she vomited, the parents' injuries, attempted suicide. I say she must have vomited it.
Yes. Veronica's clothing was covered in blood that she had vomited.
Right.
The amount of blood here is more than would be a fatal loss in most people.
Right.
But there's something odd about these bloodstains. Blood is a liquid. It should be evenly spread across the floor. If there was one reason for the bloodstains to be shaped like this, it would have to be...
Huh. The reason why the massive bloodstain has an odd shape was because the door was closed, it was wiped up, the floor was replaced, Veronica was painting with it. You know what? It might have been a cover-up. It might have been gotten wiped up.
How could I do that?
Oh my gosh. Okay. If it wasn't wiped up... I'm really thinking about this now. There's no way that I can mess up so bad that I lose my limit, but I don't want to risk it. Maybe the... The door might have been closed, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it really good, the door might have been closed. If I'm thinking about this. Yeah, look at it.
Yes. This door was closed when Veronica was vomiting blood. That's why the blood spread unevenly.
Okay, yeah, I should have thought about that. So does that mean...
This door had been closed when Veronica was vomiting blood. Thus, the room is now in the same condition as it was when that happened.
Wow.
The lower part of the door has numerous scratches on it. What could these scratches be?
There we go.
Huh? Bloodstains? Inside the scratch marks?
Oh man, I really don't feel good about this. I'm feeling worse and worse, actually.
From looking at the shape and location of these scratches, they are...
Let's see. The marks left on the inside of the door were caused by punching, scratching, drilling, and biting. The card Hidden Scratches has been obtained.
Yes, these are traces that someone had clawed at the door. On top of that, it was done with such desperation that their own nails cracked and bled.
Oh, wow. Okay. I don't like this. Whoops, not there. Alright guys, you know what? This is going to be a long episode today because no matter what time we finish, we're going to finish this case right here, right now. In this episode. I'm calling it. Obviously.
These bloodstains are at the entrance to the room. The door was closed when Veronica vomited blood. That, along with the scratches on the inside of the door, there's just one sad conclusion we can reach from all this.
Oh man. I already had this thought to myself, but the closed door with the bloody scratches indicate that when Veronica was in her room, she was locked in, tied up, drugged unconscious, stabbed, and killed. Oh, this is making me like... I feel really bad. This is a tough one. Like, I'm starting to feel some type of way about all this, but yeah, I definitely think she was locked in. That's why she was struggling to get out and scratching and clawing at the door. Wow. I have a bad feeling I know what happened. And I hope whoever is responsible really gets theirs.
Yes, Veronica was prevented from leaving here. Writhing in pain and unable to open the door, she lost a lethal amount of blood and died right here. She wasn't kidnapped and killed.
Oh man, the case has been solved. Yeah, I would say so.
The dead shall speak. Let's put together the truth of what happened here. A woman's skeleton was found 50 kilometers downriver of the city. The victim's name is Veronica Cage. She was 23 years old. She was suffering from some sort of illness. It caused her severe pain along with mental instability. When she couldn't go on, she snapped and turned violent. This card shows the truth of that emotional state.
Okay. Yeah. Her violent outbursts. I would say that would be proof of her violent state.
The patient had frequently physically assaulted her parents. This same disease finally caused her own death as well. This card shows evidence of that final attack.
The evidence that Veronica had an attack of her disease when she died is... well... I would say the sudden attack card was proof that she had an attack when she died.
Yes, there were traces of blood at her room's entrance. During the attack, she writhed in agony about the room. The shattered mirror is evidence of that violent behavior. Eventually, her strength gave out and she collapsed. She used the last of her strength to try to leave the room. However, her one final wish was left unanswered. This card speaks to that sad truth.
When Veronica attempted to leave her room, this is what happened. Well... the door was sealed. She couldn't leave.
In her fading consciousness, she tore at the door. But she died there, and the culprits carried her body out. The proof of this is on this card.
The proof that Veronica was taken from the room by someone else is... proof of abduction. I would say this card sums it up pretty nicely.
Exactly. The earring caught on something while she was being carried. She was already dead when the earring was torn from her ear. Most likely, her death surprised the ones responsible. They then cleaned the room to hide any signs she was there. But whoever cleaned the room had poor eyesight, and thus did not see the earring among the mirror shards. The body had to be hidden as well. Their plan was to throw the body off a bridge 8 kilometers away. But they were scared off by a pair of oncoming headlights. This culprit, with a bad back, gave up and fled the scene. Those headlights belonged to the blue truck. The driver could not avoid the body and ran over her. The driver believed he had killed her and dumped the body. Ironically, what he did only completed the culprit's plan. This card has proof that she was already dead when run over.
Well, guys, the truth behind the fractures was already dead when the auto accident occurred. There it is.
Hiding a corpse is a crime, but the driver wasn't the murderer. The ones responsible are those who locked her away to die. She sought help, not knowing that none would ever come. Her last words are the proof of that desperation.
Oh man. This is one case that I really... the last case that Naomi had, I mean, you know, I felt good about, not good, but it was, you know, it didn't feel like this, I can tell you that. I don't know how you guys are feeling, but man, this is actually a horrible look. And yeah, I'm ready for this case to be over. These are her last words. And when you read it, it gets you, man. This is really, really sad.
This is the whole truth in how her life was cut short. I don't know what the dead want, but the truth must come out. I'm going to see the ones who cut your life's thread short.
The medical examiner. What brings you here?
Your daughter died in suffering. She struggled, she shouted, and she clawed at her door. She tried to escape so terribly that her own nails tore off. Why didn't you open the door?
There was no choice. We wanted her to be happy. We wanted her to be normal. We never thought this would...
Her death may have been inescapable. But you defiled her death in order to protect yourselves. That can never be forgiven. When death came to you, did you suffer? Soon I will know for myself.
Miss Kimishima, your test results have come back.
I see. Let me ask you up front. How long do I have until my flame goes out?
A year at best. Maybe 6 months.
I understand. Thank you, Doctor.
Dr. Kimishima, the helicopter's here to take you to the lab.
All right. Thank you. Rosalia. What is this? Someone's name?
Dr. Kimishima, are you all right up there?
Yes, I'm fine. I'll be right down.
Well, guys, we found out exactly what happened to her. I thought it might be her parents all along, but I didn't want to say anything. But yeah, it turns out my suspicions were true, or were correct. I honestly can't. Oh man, that's brutal. I mean, for all intents and purposes, I mean, I feel like they're murderers. They locked her in her room and they listened to her scream and beg. You know, she wanted to live. She wanted to live, and her parents, you know, they didn't do anything. Not only didn't they do anything, but they tried to get rid of her body and they tried to hide it. So in my eyes, they're murderers. And they definitely deserve to go to jail, both of them. And also, who is Rosalia? What is this? Is it like a person or a disease or something? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is a longer episode, but I honestly couldn't, you know, let this go on. Like, I had to... Well, I couldn't cut it up into another episode. I wanted to know what happened, and I'm sure you guys did too, so I didn't want to leave y'all in the dark. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope y'all have a good day / night. And in the next episode, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do in the next episode. You know what? We're gonna go through Maria Torres's, I think. I want to see what she's about. So that's what we'll do in the next episode. Alright, y'all. That ends this episode. Adios, home skillets.